If you decide today that you're going to live every day like it's your last for real, which means have a conversation with yourself every night that, okay, that was it. May not be no more after that. And really count yourself every day like this could have been it. All right, before I go to bed, this could be it. All right, how's that looking? If you can do that, it'll change your life. You'll really start making decisions and living your life like this all you got. Just this one day. But you could be a winner. You could be a winner on this day. It's just work ethic. And not.
In 2016, I was almost taken Liam Neeson style. In 2017, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease that left me paralyzed from the sternum down. I was 24 years old. Now I'm going to finish unbraiding this and we're going to have a discussion because Katt Williams, this entire interview, there's so much gold in this. Hilarity and gold. Honestly, this could have been a Netflix special on its own. Shannon didn't have to be there. But this particular piece rang so profoundly to me in my lived experience because it took me almost dying to realize that I had been cutting myself off from the legs that I could not feel for many, many, many months when it came to how I was living my life. There was so much that I was choosing not to do for other people's comfort, for other people's religion, for other people's lives. I was consistently putting myself on the back burner of my own life. And then there I was, 24 years old, riddled with trauma. And now I have to sit still for God knows how long. Honestly, the doctors didn't know if I was going to be able to walk. They didn't know if I was going to be able to walk. When they took my MRI, my spine lit up like a Christmas tree. They said, damn. We'll see what happens. We'll give it 12 months. It took 12 months for us to know for a fact that I was going to be mobile independently. I was 24 years old. The moment that I felt myself starting to get my body back. Now it came back in increments and it was painful. When people talk about nerve damage, the way that my body felt like what I imagine global warming feels like to the earth. I understood it so intrinsically. I felt waves of lava flooding my legs in the middle of the night. I would wake up screaming, having to remove the sheets because I could have sworn the house must have been on fire for my legs to be scalding to this degree. I would feel lightning shoot up and down the sides of my body, just ping-ponging itself back and forth as I'm just sitting there crying. No one can comprehend what is going on in my body. It's my body trying to turn the lights back on. When I say the moment that I had an ounce of hope that I would be able to walk again, drive again, poop unassisted again, yes, it was rough. It was rough, but the moment that I had a spark of hope, I said, I'm gonna live like I've never lived before. Because I genuinely do not know if this will be my last day walking. So the autoimmune disease that I have is called neuromyelitis optica. And it's literally a shark in the water. When you think about multiple sclerosis, I think about it as little piranhas. They're constantly like nibble, nibble, nibble. What I have is a shark in the water. And one day it bit me. And it took out five vertebrae worth of my spinal cord. 5. T1 through T5, almost gone. And nobody really knows if it's going to come back. I'm constantly doing treatments to make sure that for the doctors to, keep my T cells from attacking my spine. But it also goes after my optic nerve, or whoever has this disease. It's the spine and the optic nerve, sometimes the brain, but very rarely. So I'm literally living each day like it's my last. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. I'm trying my best. I'm eating as well as I can. I exercise, but I might not see next week. I might not walk next month. And sure, I can live in a constant state of anxiety when it comes to that. It would be very, very easy to do. And a lot of people would see my anxiety and be like, yeah, damn, makes sense. I could do that. Or I could live each day to the fullest, because I almost didn't have today. I almost didn't have today. Now, will I make a video about how I was almost kidnapped in Moscow? Probably. Did I do an interview for a documentary talking in detail about what happened? Because study abroad, especially when you're a little black girl, little black kid in general, but especially if you're a little black girl. Yeah, okay, I was like 23, 22. Still, I was a baby. How was I supposed to know? I was in Moscow in 2016, a few months before the Trump presidency. Hello. Try to straight up take me. Straight up took. All I'm saying is that this is life-changing advice. To genuinely live each day like it's your last. I would not be traveling the world on other people's money for a living if I did not live each day like it was my last. I wouldn't know that these kinds of opportunities were available for me. I wouldn't have sought out these kinds of opportunities. I would not have lived as unapologetically as I have been living. I would not have the international community of friends, loved ones that I have if I did not live each day like it was my last, especially in comparison. And I thought I was living before. Genuinely, I thought I was living before, but it wasn't until I came face to face with my own annihilation at the hands of others and then at the hands of my own body that I was like, ooh, I thought I knew what living was, but I wasn't close. And now here I am doing some wild things on a consistent basis, genuinely loving my life. And there's a weird part of me that's kind of grateful that I had those experiences. Not that I would wish them on myself again, not that I would wish them on anybody else, but I breathe deeper knowing that I almost couldn't breathe at all. I experience a form of joy when the floor gets swept out from under you and you are free falling, and then you find the ground again, and then you propel yourself back up. I experience joy so much more fully than I did before. I love so much more deeply than I did before. Because when you had it, and you didn't realize just how fragile and temporary it is, and then all of a sudden you get a second chance. And I don't want anybody to have to come face to face with life or death situations like I did. But if you can put yourself in the brain space of what if today is my last day, it'll change you. It'll change you for the better. It'll change you for the better. I promise. Ooh, almost forgot. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. Okay, I'm gonna go put on some nice clothes.